The word unique is something you don't hear very often when it comes to first-person shooters nowadays. This is Omnipresence. No, it's not like COD. Let me show you. And if you're wondering what the hell you just saw, you're a computer virus which can infect pretty much any electronic and control them. Your goal is to destroy this robotics company from the inside. If you're still not convinced that it's unique, you can now playtest the game if you join the Discord in the description. I've made a lot of progress, such as a whole new area, new mechanics, and a pretty controversial one. I removed the reload. Why? Well, I'll talk about that a little bit later. So after the last devlog, I had a lot of code to work on, and since you guys don't give the slightest about code, I don't have anything to show for like the first week. I finally made it so that you can go from camera to camera and camera to big blue cube. Sorry, turret. This opens up a lot of cool opportunities for puzzles and other ways to get around. I also made the cameras red and easy to spot because I don't think the grey cubes were doing the cameras any justice. This mechanic is what gives my game most of its uniqueness. If you like how this sounds so far, wishlisting Omnipresence on Steam is the best way to keep up to date, and it also supports my game an insane amount. Up until now, whenever you would omni-switch, the enemy would just snap straight to the ground, which was not good for the intense immersion that I want for my game. So I tried physics. Now, long-time viewers already know where this is going. Yeah, okay. I eventually had that working, and now you can do cool things like jump off the map and turn into someone else last second, giving you a really satisfying kill. I then fixed the wall bouncing. Yeah, my game has wall bouncing. Without going into any detail, you were able to do infinite wall bounces till now, so I changed it so that you can only do 2 before you have to stand on the ground again. And at this point, the glowing cube for the turret was not cutting it, so I made a model for it in Blender and I textured it. I'm very happy with how it turned out, and it looks pretty menacing in game. And as usual, something very small that I did completely broke everything, and this is how it looked when I turned into the turret. I fixed that, and I wanted to make the guns overheat the more you shoot, and eventually disable the guns for a few seconds while it cooled down. Unfortunately, I made the whole thing red hot, which didn't look great. After that was working, I added some shells that come out of it when it shoots, and I spent way too long trying to make the guns turn while you shoot because it required me to learn about the 4th dimension for some reason, which was, a little bit difficult to grasp. So I had the turret doing all sorts of mad things. And now, I'm gonna show you the finished result. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I then got to work on the factory area, and I went through a lot of different layouts and lighting, but I settled on this. I modeled 2 new machines, but I haven't had time to texture them yet. This is where the cargo from the cargo bay will be taken and unpacked, and the raw materials are processed here. While I wanted the cargo bay to have a blue vibe for the factory, I wanted something more sterile, more modern and commercial, and I think I did a very good job with that. This area is supposed to be more long range and take more thinking to get through. I also want this factory area to make you feel a little helpless and all around just be more intimidating than the cargo bay, also offering a slightly different playstyle. I always thought there should be checkpoints during each fight, but I was finally able to afford Ghost Runner, and I think it does something very, very interesting. At first, I hated how I would have to keep playing the same game segment over and over because of how spaced out the checkpoints were. It actually made me stop playing for a while just out of frustration. Then something really interesting happened. I got addicted to the feeling of finally beating the segment after learning the perfect route, the perfect order to kill the enemies in. And that's a direction that I haven't really thought much about, and I really want to explore it with Omnipresence. So for the playtest, I'm not going to have any checkpoints. It is a very short level anyways, but it's a proof of concept. I then added a bar to show the progress of the reload for your guns that don't have any animations yet. Please, I don't want to make any more, they take so long. But you know what I do want? More subscribers, because if we hit 3k subs by the end of the month, I'll leak my address. And I'll make more videos too. Now, one crucial design problem for my game that I never truly knew how to solve was the fact that the game can and should be played like this. But there is also a very real chance that everyone goes through the game like this. So I spent the next 5 seconds thinking of solutions. I gave up and I just put a timer in the corner of your screen to show you how many seconds of your life you're wasting playing video games. Well, except for Omnipresence. Omnipresence is not a waste, okay? The fastest time that I see recorded will make its way into the next devlog. This timer is just temporary though, and I'll come up with something better later. Maybe I'll even spend 10 seconds thinking about it. Speaking of something better, if you want to be part of this game's development and help shape it to be the best it can be, consider joining the Discord where you can playtest the game and leave your opinion on it. Then I was hit with the most eye-opening comment that I've ever received. Jack Swim asked why the player would need to reload when they can just switch to another robot that has ammo on them. And my answer is, they can't. Yeah, I just removed the reloading. And you might be thinking, oh cool, so you just get infinite ammo? Nope, you literally just run out. I can already hear the game critics complaining about no reloading in an FPS game, but last time I checked, all you need is the first person and the shooting, so goodbye reloading. But that is because I've made the enemy that you turn into always have max ammo in their gun. This makes the player need to use the main mechanic even more, and I don't know if you can tell from the video, but the gameplay flows so much better. Can't explain how much different the game feels with just this change, and it's definitely a good different. I had a lot of fun putting some Easter eggs around the map, so feel free to go look for them and let me know what you think. I have 3 weapons that are in their testing phase right now, which means that they aren't technically part of the game yet. They're hidden in the map next to the names of my 3 Discord mods who have done some amazing work on the server recently. There's a grenade launcher that has no model, a sword which literally is a long cube that glows, and a full auto shotgun. I did a lot of level design which I'm really proud of, but I already know everyone's gonna get completely lost and roasted. I can't wait. I then added a couple more sound effects to certain things, and we're ready for the playtest. There will definitely be a lot of bugs, but that's what the playtest is there for, so please try to break my game in every single way possible. And some of the footage that I use in my next devlog will be from you guys, so make sure to record all your coolest moments. I have lots of ideas to add to my game in the coming weeks, so maybe consider subscribing and adding Omnipresence to your wishlist. And as always, thank you for watching.